Hello, my name is Wyatt Vargas. I'm going to be giving a presentation on the RAFT literacy strategy. So RAFT is an acronym for a flotation device that you can go on rivers and lakes and pools. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the literacy teaching tool called RAFT. R stands for the role of the writer. A is the audience. F is for format, and T is for topic. So how does RAFT work? So you'll have students in your classroom who will need a pen or some sort of writing utensil, a pencil, and a piece of paper. This is a writing activity. And so you'll divide the paper into columns. There'll be 4 columns, each with the role, audience, format, and topic. You will overview RAFT and provide instructions. So the teacher will provide some sort of example or some sort of teaching or lesson on how to use RAFT and how it works. And so students are prepared to use it effectively and know how it works. You will provide content, either some sort of reading or an experience or a lesson. It can be used in multiple subjects. It can be used after reading a book or a chapter of a book, or after doing a math lesson plan or an experiential education experience. And then the piece of paper could be handed in for grading. It could be kept as notes and used during quizzes or tests or other assessments, or students can share them with each other for peer review and discuss the learning outcomes. And of course, practice and repeat using RAFT. So when to use this, you can use it to introduce an activity or preparing some students for an activity, or you can have it as a transition to sharing ideas with the group. It's also a useful teaching strategy for making an inclusive classroom because it helps students for a number of reasons. We'll get into that later. You can also use RAFT after a lesson or an experience. So who is this suitable for? It's grades 7 through 12. And you can do it in small groups or have students do it individually. That's my little son who loves RAFT. You can hear him talking about it. So here we go. Let's talk about why RAFT is so great. It helps students understand the role of a writer and communicates ideas. It also helps students focus on the audience. So who is the person reading content or listening to content, etc. And they can consider a topic from multiple perspectives, and it encourages students to uncover their own voices and present their ideas in different formats. And you can see here, I've included a picture that has lots of examples, and you can see in these examples that you can go through many different content areas and different classes based on like some of the examples here, like the role of a scientist or activist in the audience, going maybe some research paper, come up with all kinds of things. It's applicable in every subject. So RAFT will also encourage students to write and produce good functional text. And it helps them understand the purpose and compare and contrast ideas. And in research, students have scored higher when using RAFT versus students who were not using RAFT in control groups. So it's a significant benefit for students in improving their literacy. It can activate prior knowledge, and it enables more active participation. So I have an example here, using it as like a science or a math activity. And the example I chose is teaching students how to measure the height of a tree and talking about other associated scientific or mathematical concepts with that activity. And so using RAFT, we have the role, let's say you're a forestry technician. And what's the audience? So that forestry technician is measuring the height of a tree. Their audience could be a supervisor or maybe a forestry management consulting firm. The audience could also just be, your teacher looking at a student measuring a tree. You can format this activity. So you're going to need data tables for your measurements and how you calculated the height of the tree using the metric system. And then also here's your topic. So why are you measuring the height of this tree? You're trying to find the board feet. So that kind of gives you some monetary value in the timber industry. Or maybe you're learning about carbon sequestration and you're trying to find out the volume of the tree and using other mathematical principles. Either way, using the RAFT literacy activity here, it allows students, like you see in this example, to explore this activity from multiple perspectives and really get engaged. And it's also an inclusive activity because students who may or may not feel comfortable speaking publicly can express their ideas on the piece of paper. And then students who maybe have challenges writing can also use the RAFT format verbally and discuss these topics, role, audience, format, topic with their teacher. Here, I just included a picture of someone measuring the height of a tree, kind of gives a visual of what the activity would look like in a math or science class, and then the RAFT activity would happen afterwards. Here are the sources for this, and I hope that we can use RAFT in the classroom soon.